Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
2025.
2025.
Who'd have thought I'd last this long?
You've been reading the comments.
Yeah, I've been reading the comments.
Don't read the comments.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
comments.
It's difficult not to be affected by them, but yeah.
So I don't know if you saw, we had that article in The Sun and the Daily Mail last week. And the comments in the Daily Mail have been fun. And then I put a TikTok up yesterday and it's gone over 100,000 views. And the comments on that are interesting as well.
So I'm apparently Claire's grandfather, apparently.
And you bought the chateau for me, which is really nice.
Well, I did though, didn't I?
And apparently I'm just a gold digger, so...
Yeah, sugar daddy. Sugar granddaddy, apparently.
Sugar granddaddy. Well, open your wallet. Can you not get it done a bit quicker if you've got all this money? Apparently you're loaded, so...
Well, I'm not. I haven't got any left. You've nicked it all.
I've fleeced you of all of it.
You've nicked it all. Right. So this is the point at which Claire now exits stage right, with her newfound, younger man, and I'm left in my sad, lonely life to push up. Anyway, moving on swiftly.
So it's been a funny couple of days reading all those comments.
Couple of days, yeah.
I mean, we don't, these are just crazy people on the internet leaving angry comments, but blimey.
But I do remember having a conversation with Prince Charles's press secretary many years ago over too many vodkas in a bar in Moscow. And there was a really awful story about Prince Charles in Russia. And I said to him, when you show Prince Charles, the king now, stories about him and what he's been doing on royal tours and anywhere, how does he react? He said, we don't show him the bad stories.
I think that's very wise.
And I had to say, at the time, I was horrified. I thought, oh my God, what, really? Mm. He's got no idea what negative press there is. And having read all the comments about me being a granddad and past it and being your sugar granddaddy, I apologise, and thinking, oh, actually, I could do with that all that.
Yeah,
I could do with that.
I don't need that in my head.
So, thank you, Your Majesty. I'm going to do what you do. I'm just not going to read any of it. So, to all of you who call me a grandpa, if I ever meet you.
I don't think they're watching this somehow, because then they'd have to be paid up members.
Yeah, that's true. I suppose. Yeah, it's unlikely, isn't it?
I think it's unlikely. These people are nice.
These people are nice, yes.
We like these people. Mwah. Mwah.
Anyway, that's enough of that. Right, I've taken out a few contracts on the people that left their names on the trolls, and they're unlikely to survive the week.
Oh, I'm scared now. Anyway.
What, you're one of them, are you?
Yeah, I'm a secret troll. I've been doing all the comments.
Really? Calling me granddad? That's not very nice. Anyway, moving on swiftly. Christmas was nice. Christmas was very nice. It was a bit tiring for us because, as you may or may not know, we were both quite ill just before Christmas on our return from London. And it has dragged. And of course, the moment everybody arrived, we were still feeling really knackered. I mean, really out
coughing and spluttering a bit. But.
And so we were a bit down in the dumps over Christmas. So apologies to our famille. But it was lovely to see them all.
It was really lovely. I've got lovely presents.
Lovely presents. Oh, very nice.
Lovely scarf that Mum knitted me, which is gorgeous, really gorgeous. So I'm very pleased with that. Thank you.
It's very nice.
It is
and
really,
I
really
got
nice.
given my dream car. I got given a Porsche 911.
My parents are very generous.
They are very generous. Yeah. It's quite extraordinary how they managed to bring it all the way over from the UK. The only drag is they didn't register it in France.
Yeah, you're going to have to pay import tax on it.
Yeah. Shall I show you? Import tax?
Yeah.
No, we don't. No, we don't pay tax.
No. Okay.
No.
Do you think you might get stopped for speeding in it though?
I think it's unlikely. Here we go. Look at that.
There we go.
Proud owner of a Porsche 9. I wouldn't go for black, to be honest, if it were me. But hey, you know, I'm not in a position to complain. Beautiful, isn't it? And actually, it's probably sort of like a 1970s, you know.
I think it's lovely.
Oh no, I think it's gorgeous.
I think it's absolutely
fantastic.
gorgeous.
Oh, really? It's got little stickers on the back.
Oh, stickers do.
Oh, look, you can open the boot. Oh my God, I didn't see the engine. I didn't know you could do that. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, I'm so excited.
There we go. There's lost him for the afternoon.
Came with a tool.
What does a tool do?
I don't know. I think actually it's for your cuticles.
Cool.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
That's great. Okay. Well, that might be the closest you're getting to a Porsche
For a while.
For a while.
What do you mean?
I'd quite like a kitchen, a bathroom, do the outside, do the roof of the falling down barn over there. All of those things, about the same price as a Porsche.
No, you're right. They're $250,000 now, aren't they?
Are they?
Yeah. And I spent all that anyway on my sugar granddaughter.
Yeah, I know. It's all those expensive gifts you buy me. Like paint. That was our Christmas present to each other, was paint and fuel.
Paint and fuel.
So romantic.
Yeah.
So romantic.
Yeah, a rabbit on each other.
You do know that my mum watches this.
Yes, but your mother knows that we don't rub fuel or paint on one another.
Yeah, it's far too cold.
What the what? It's far too cold. Warm it up. Anyway, this is not the way the conversation's going. Right? So it was Christmas was lovely,
and we are warm. Actually, look at us, not shivering,
warm.
not wearing hats.
Isn't that wonderful? Still got a bit of a cough, but there you go.
Yeah. But so we've got fuel in. The heating is pretty much working.
Yeah, but we don't dare go and see how much we're using because we're really fearful that it's going to run out any minute.
I know. This is
and then we're going to go. Anyway.
I think we're in denial. The longer we don't look at it, the longer we can just hope.
Definitely in denial.
What have you been up to?
I've given up smoking.
I'm very pleased that you have, actually. Very pleased.
We're on almost third week now, so that means we've done it, really.
It hasn't been too grumpy. You haven't been too grumpy.
It's the first I hear this. I don't know where this comes from. Comments, Daily Mail, TikTok, and then I tell you what I've really loved is having our salon.
Oh, it's so good. So this week's episode on Friday, which is tomorrow, is all...
Has Lionel started the edit yet? No.
Is all about the salon and us hanging some pictures and enjoying it, and it's so nice. I'm so pleased. We didn't get pictures up before Christmas. We ran out of time then, but it was clean and warm and welcoming and just... At last.
You know what's great is that it's a sort of like taster for what the rest of this place will look like once it's done. You know, and it also allows us to indulge ourselves in the choice of colour and finish, and also, because we love talking a lot about the detail in what we're going to do, and what we want a room to feel like. Yeah, we are at our most interesting doing Château Chat. Everyday conversations like, what do you think about this little corner here, darling?
That's not exactly the right shade of...
Sand that down a bit and then just paint that little bit there. Oh, it's beautiful. Anyway, so we did lots of sort of like up a bit, down a bit, left a bit, right a bit, hanging pictures, which is always entertaining.
Very entertaining. Love that. It may not be the final pictures in there, but we put up stuff that we've had in storage now that's been moved house too many times, been sitting around, so it's so nice to get stuff up.
Well, the problem is it takes so long to get things delivered in France. We're waiting for the Gauguin and the Van Gogh.
Yeah, they didn't turn up in time for Christmas.
And the Picasso is lost somewhere.
Yeah, I got you a Picasso.
Oh yeah,
I got you a Picasso for your birthday. You can't complain.
No, I was talking about the real one.
This is the real one.
Yes, so Claire was phenomenally generous and bought me a Picasso, which the ground. Oh no, you've got to do like the thing they do on TikTok. They turn it, yeah. And here's one we made earlier. It's my Picasso.
Ta-da!
Voila!
See, it's genuine. It says Picasso on it.
And I love that. I love it so much. We had a drinks party before Christmas where our neighbours from the other chateau next door came, and they buy some really beautiful stuff actually. And I said to her, "Oh, Claire bought me a Picasso for my birthday." And she, like, her jaw dropped. She became very, very serious. Us French and English, we have very different sense of humour. And her jaw dropped. I said, "I'll go get it for you." And I went back into the salon with multiple people, 20 or 30 people in there, and then held the Picasso aloft. And the look of disapproval on her face was palpable. It was like not funny at all. Lionel, you're just taking me for a ride. Look at it, isn't it? You have to tell the story of the
so
buying
this
of the
was
Picasso.
when we went to La Rochelle for your birthday.
Lunch.
And for birthday lunch, and we were walking past, and there was a miniature brocante set up, like three tables. And we saw this, and the guy started talking. You showed an interest.
It's always a mistake. But you go, "Oh, that's nice. What's that?"
And he said, "What was it? His son did it."
He said, "Yes, it is. It is because he noticed that we were English, despite speaking to him in French. Yes, it is. This is Picasso's son. He signed it. But this Picasso, original." I said, "Oh, nice, yeah." And so, have you got any? Have you got any other grandmasters under the table that you're not showing us?
In 5 minutes, you can knock one up in the van.
Yeah, absolutely. Red marker pen, you're there. So anyway, we had a good old giggle with him, and there were two of them. They were having a really good laugh about it and saying how wonderful it was. But then going, no, thank you very much. And then we made our way to the car park. And then just as we got to the underground car park, Claire went, "No, you wanted that, didn't you?" And she turned on her heels and was back there. And then when you went back...
He saw me coming. He went, "You want the Picasso."
Clearly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So it was a bargain price, especially for a Picasso.
It was quite cheap, wasn't it?
It was.
Well, I don't know how much it was, but I mean, the price he quoted was rather excessive, 20 euros, I thought.
It was.
Anyway.
It wasn't 20 euros.
They're good.
But it's fantastic. So that will probably end up in the downstairs loo when we have a downstairs loo.
I want to put it in the salon, but
I could put it in the salon.
Just so that when our neighbours come, I can go,
"Look, it's my Picasso."
My Picasso. And then she went really serious, like, you're taking the out of me, and I went, "No, I'm not. This is our British sense of humour."
Yeah.
There you go. Anyway, to me, it reminds me of Banksy. It feels like a sort of Banksy, to be honest. It feels like the sort of thing that he could do. Yeah. Maybe we should call it a Banksy.
A Banksy Picasso. I made you a Banksy once.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. We could put that up. Where's that?
We came very close to stealing one, didn't we, once?
Yeah, there was one down the end of my road, wasn't there, in London? Yeah.
And we worked out, we planned everything to turn up in high-vis vests. We were going to rent a van, and we were going to go there with like stone cutters, and we were going to go, and we're going to lift it into the van. That
would have paid to get all the work done.
Oh, and the rest, yeah.
Flog a Banksy. I can knock it.
So all I can tell you is, we didn't steal the Banksy.
Obviously, otherwise we wouldn't be sat here and undecorated.
But all I would say is that if he comes and does a Banksy in your backyard, then nick it.
I think people do now, but it does happen quite a lot. Can you imagine someone taking like half your house off?
But then, the problem, of course, is that how do you prove it's him? You don't, so, because he won't, you can phone him up all you like and he won't talk to you. I've tried many times.
Are you Banksy?
Moving on swiftly. Yeah, I'm Banksy. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's why I live in a chateau with half done. No, not even half done.
You should see the graffiti all over the back. Where he practices.
What, on the beautiful stone?
Yeah, absolutely. The whole back of the chateau is covered in.
I insist on using indelible ink. You'll never ever remove it ever. But it was really lovely, and the salon was really heartening. The salon.
Yeah, it's given us a real boost to get on with everything else now. So lots of New Year's resolutions of how much work we're going to get done this year. Possibly slightly delusional resolutions, but we will give it a go. We do need to give it a go.
Well, we are. Surely we are. In general, we are delusional, aren't we?
Because we live in a chateau. Yes.
Yeah. So. Both of those, go hand in hand in a way. Don't they?
Yeah. I think we could just call ourselves eccentric. Is nicer.
Eccentric.
Yeah.
Eccentric. Delusional eccentric.
No, just eccentric.
You don't like
delusional. No.
Is that too negative?
Yes, exactly. Eccentric is fine. I can live with that.
Eccentric is fine. Oh, that's great. I get to buy some of the really stupidly coloured trousers that you hate. Orange trousers and. With that guy, what was his name? The book. We've got the something Hammer, who did the place up in Plymouth.
Oh yes, he Man with a Hammer.
Man with a Hammer.
Mum gave me a book of his for Christmas. I don't know if you follow him on Instagram and stuff. So he's doing up an amazing place in Plymouth, which is where I'm from. So Plymouth was very much a naval place. So this is an old admiral's house that he's doing
Beautiful
up.
Beautiful place.
And there's lots of pictures of him in the book wearing fantastically orange trousers and great waistcoats and stuff.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to adopt this. I do green trousers, waistcoats.
Why not?
Scarves, silk scarves,
cravats.
Cravats. Yeah. This is really funny because Claire's mum is on a 24/7. 365 days a week, days of the year campaign to get Claire back to live in Plymouth. Right, it's never ending, but it was very subtle. It was very, oh look, Claire, we have some, old Admiralty properties that you could do up, in Plymouth. Oh, how nice! That's very nice. What do you think, Lionel? No, I got no money, love. Sorry, you have to go and find another sugar granddaddy. I know I'm going to get whacked in a minute. I can feel it coming.
You are. You are. Maybe not on camera, but afterwards. There might be a hole in this Picasso where there's
but there's a nail sticking out the side there, which shows you.
Yes, careful.
But it was really, really lovely to have everybody here, despite us being a bit down in the dumps. I was, particularly appreciative. Two of my girls came. And it was really, really lovely to see them. And we
had a lovely lunch yesterday for New Year's Day with Lynn. Thank you, Lynn, because you're on here, Lynn. That was really lovely, really lovely. Nice treat. So we've been thinking we're going to try and do more behind-the-scenes stuff for you lovely people, because we're worried that, I don't know if you're getting bored of us doing this, I don't know. But we want to show you more stuff, not just us sitting here. We want to show you exactly what we're up to and stuff like that. So we're going to...
Might involve more swearing. More cussing.
Reality. How real do you want your reality?
Yeah, so you're going to have to tell us what you want, right? Okay, we're going to do live. And we're going to do live every month.
We're going to...
So there.
Yeah, do that with questions. But
with questions? Oh gosh, really? How? That's original. Oh God, sorry.
I completely... Oh, you do this to me. I've lost track of what I was saying.
You were talking about live and questions.
Live and questions. So we will tell you first when we're going to do one. So you can ask us questions, and we guarantee we will answer your questions. We don't guarantee we'll ask everybody else's questions. Because if they're being rude and asking about my granddad, then...
You can rest assured I will reply if they're being rude. Oh boy, will I reply. Yeah.
So we'll let you know when we're going to do the first one of those, but hopefully soon. Because it was fun doing the last live, wasn't it? So
yeah, it was great fun. We need to set it up a little bit better. But I think in terms of more like maybe shorter stuff, but more behind the behind the scenes. I always wondered why SC is not SK. Have you?
It is if it's scooter.
Oh, so why is scene not skeen?
I don't know.
Honestly, I'm really dying.
I know. You want to get into a whole thing about pronunciation again? Because if we're going to have to do the French pronunciation, then...
We're doing some filming for a French newspaper that we appeared in just before Christmas. They gave us almost a whole page on the back of their newspaper, and it went throughout the whole of France. And actually got us into a bit of trouble as well. But they're going to come and do some filming of me giving Claire a French lesson.
I get to embarrass myself some more.
Go on, say croissant. Go on.
No.
Say restaurant.
No.
I'm having fun.
You're clicking your pen. It's going to be annoying noise for people.
So we're doing that, and then we're doing all sorts of other things for them. I'm going to do that next week.
Yeah.
So it'd be great if we could post a link of that when it's done.
Yeah,
really interesting. We should ask if we can do that. I don't know.
I'm sure we will. I'm sure that we will.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I think we're pretty much there. So yeah, the thing I'd like to leave you with, if that's all right.
Yeah, I don't know what you're going to say.
No, you don't. If any of you own a Caribbean island with a spare room,
do you want to do swapsies?
Do you want to swap? Because right now, I know it's nice and warm now, but it is chucking it down with rain outside. It's grey. It's miserable. I need blue sky. I need Caribbean. I need seafood. So if you have a Caribbean place, I quite like Nevis. So
you're going to be quite picky about this?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I don't really like Antigua. It's a bit rough. Or South America. Brazil would be quite nice as well at this time of year. Belize, if somebody's got a place in Belize, that would be
So you're just
lovely.
inviting yourself round to somebody's place?
Yeah, but they can come and stay here.
Ah, okay. Yeah, you're selling it really well. Come here, it'd be freezing.
Freezing.
And do some DIY while you're here, please.
You'd be amazed what people would do just to stay in a gorgeous 19th century, actually, it's not 19th century, it's actually 15th century chateau, but updated in the 19th century, to heating and stuff. So I look forward to hearing from you, and we can be there overnight, no problem.
If you could just feed the cats when you're here, that'd be great. Thanks.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
And the dogs.
And the dogs, yeah.
Walk the dogs, that'd be great.
Yeah.
So let us know, and just email us on the email, info@ourchateaulive.com.
And we'll get it booked in.
We'll get it booked. I don't know why you're laughing.
I love your optimism.
I'm deadly serious.
Richard Branson, if you're watching and you want to, let's just have a holiday on Necker Island, that'd be great, thanks.
Yeah, it's a bit blingy.
Oh, is it?
It is a bit blingy. I've been there. It's a bit blingy.
Yeah, no, not our style.
No.
Okay, fine,
although the hotel right next to Necker Island is really nice. Oh, what's it called? It's on Virgin Islands. It was called something Yacht Club. That was really nice. So if you're watching, guys, then we are massive influencers in Europe.
Yeah,
anyway, we'll see you next week.
See you next week. We'll carry this on between us.
Yes, we will.
This is too